So I believe we are meant to be in connection and communication with our bodies, and our bodies are meant to be in communication and connection with the earth. And there's lots of practices that can bring us back into that connection if we have somehow wandered off. And in the digital world, it's really easy to wander off and to have attention and connection primarily in abstract thought. And when attention is in that abstract thought place, I don't know about you, but for me, there can be a sense of loss. And coming home into the body, there's a remembrance of fullness and wholeness and rightness, and the channel of our inner world and our outer world opens, and the channel between the dream world and the waking world opens, between the human world and the more than human world, the plant, animal, tree, elemental world. These different worlds open and connect through the portal of our bodies when we use breath, movement, sound, touch, and especially when we use sound that goes underneath abstract language, so English or really any other developed language, into the more primordial, primal languages of sound. It doesn't really matter what the sounds are. It can be just moaning and groaning, but when we come into the sound stream current, there's a different intelligence that opens up. And I believe this intelligence is essential for our health and also for the health of the planet, because we're not separate from the planet, and there's an avenue of communication that opens up. This process of using breath, sound, and movement and touch, there's some other things we use. Sometimes we use meditations and guided kind of stream of thought writing. Lots of different tools we can use to open that channel. And you have heard me talking about it this last month, and I'm going to say again, you are so warmly invited. This is to the women. You are so warmly invited to come be with us on November 9th through the 11th in Ubud and engage in these practices. We're going to move into personal storytelling, spontaneous personal storytelling. You don't have to know what stories you want to tell, and in fact, the best ones come when you stand in the center and you don't know what it's going to be. You let the body, we do this step by step, so there's no like big leap to make. Once you come into the center to tell a story, you'll be very, very prepped and prepared, and it doesn't have to come from the mind. And we take you through a process so it can come from another place. So if you're curious about these practices and you want to get a little taste, we're going to do an event on November 2nd in the evening, just a low-cost intro event. Actually, the whole weekend is low-cost too. That's November 9th through the 11th in Ubud. And I really believe in this work, and I want to share it with you. So please come play.